The puck slides across the ice, finding its way to Mike Bossy's stick. In one fluid motion, almost too quick for the eye to follow, he releases a shot that whistles past the goaltender's glove. The red light flashes, and Nassau Coliseum erupts. It's a scene that played out hundreds of times throughout the 1970s and 80s, a scene that helped define an era of hockey dominance. This was Mike Bossy, the man many consider the purest goal scorer the National Hockey League has ever seen. During his 10 seasons with the New York Islanders, Bossy accomplished what seemed impossible. He scored 573 goals in just 752 games, maintaining a scoring pace that no other player in NHL history has matched over career or significant length. His goals per game average of 0.762 remains the highest of all time among players with over 200 goals. When people talk about natural goal scorers, Bossy is the standard by which all others are measured. What made Bossy special wasn't just his ability to put the puck in net, it was how he did it. Unlike many scorers who relied on physical play or flashy moves, Bossy was an artist with surgical precision. His wrist could snap a puck with remarkable accuracy, finding the smallest openings that most players couldn't even see. He didn't need to dominate physically or skate through entire teams. Bossy simply needed a split second of opportunity to change the course of a game. Bossy was the centerpiece of the Islanders dynasty that captured 4 consecutive Stanley Cup championships from 1980 to 1983. In an era filled with legendary players and powerhouse teams, it was Bossy's consistent ability to score when it mattered most that helped elevate the Islanders to greatness. Beyond the championships, his list of individual achievements is staggering. A Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year, 3 Lady Byng trophies for gentlemanly play, and a Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP. What makes Bossy's story even more remarkable is that his career burned brilliantly but briefly. While many NHL legends enjoyed careers spanning 2 decades, Bossy's lasted only 10 seasons before chronic back problems forced him to retire at age 30. Yet in that shortened time frame, he established himself as hockey's most efficient scoring machine, leaving a legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire hockey fans decades after his final goal. In exploring Mike Bossy's legacy, we discover not just a hockey player with remarkable statistics, but a true artist who perfected perhaps the most fundamental and exciting element of the game, putting the puck in the net. His story is one of natural talent, dedication to craft, and a pure, almost instinctive understanding of scoring that few players before or since have possessed. Michael Dean Bossy was born on January 22nd, 1957 in Montreal, Quebec. Growing up in the hockey-crazed city during the 1960s, young Mike was surrounded by the sport's rich culture and heritage. As the son of Ukrainian and English-Canadian parents, Bossy was raised in a blue-collar household where hard work and dedication were core values, qualities that would later define his approach to hockey. From an early age, Bossy showed a natural talent for putting the puck in the net. While many young players in Montreal dreamed of being the next Jean Beliveau or Maurice Richard, Bossy was singularly focused on scoring goals. As a child, he would spend countless hours practicing his shot, using anything from tennis balls to bottle caps. He developed his famous quick release by shooting at targets in his basement, perfecting a motion that would later become his trademark on NHL ice. What separated Bossy from other young talents was his methodical approach to improving his scoring abilities. Rather than simply firing shots randomly, he studied the physics of shooting and how to find openings against goaltenders. By his early teens, Bossy had developed an almost scientific understanding of goal scoring that belied his young age. His wrist shot, which would later terrorize NHL goaltenders, was already taking shape through these dedicated practice sessions. Bossy's scoring prowess became evident when he joined the Laval National of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League in 1972 at age 15. Over his 4-year junior career, he rewrote the record books with astonishing goal-scoring numbers. He tallied 309 goals in just 261 games, a rate of production that had never been seen in junior hockey. In his final junior season, Bossy scored 75 goals, leaving little doubt about his potential as a professional prospect. Despite his incredible junior statistics, NHL scouts expressed concerns about Bossy's game. They questioned his physical play and defensive commitment, focusing on what he didn't do rather than his exceptional scoring ability. The skepticism would prove to be one of hockey's greatest misjudgments. When the 1977 NHL amateur draft arrived, Bossy watched as 12 teams passed on him before the Toronto Maple Leafs selected Robert Picard at 14th overall. It was the New York Islanders, picking 15, who finally recognized Bossy's true potential. Islanders general manager Bill Torrey and coach Al Arbour saw in Bossy what others had missed, a player with a natural gift that couldn't be taught. When asked about his defensive play, Bossy famously told Arbour, "I'll score 50 goals for you." Arbour replied, "Score 50 goals and we'll teach you to play defense." This exchange set the stage for one of the most productive player-team partnerships in hockey history. Bossy's journey from the outdoor rinks of Montreal to the doorstep of the NHL demonstrated the development of not just a talented prospect, prospect, but a specialized scoring machine. His early life laid the foundation for what would become the most efficient goal-scoring career the league had ever witnessed. The hockey world was about to discover what happens when natural talent meets relentless dedication to the art of goal scoring. When Mike Bossy joined the New York Islanders for the 1977-78 season, the franchise was still establishing its identity. Though only 5 years old, the team had already built a solid foundation under the guidance of general manager Bill Torrey and coach Al Arbour. What they lacked was a pure finisher, someone who could consistently convert opportunities into goals. In Bossy, they found exactly what they needed. Bossy wasted no time proving his worth at the NHL level. In his rookie season, he scored 53 goals, setting a rookie record that would stand for 15 years. This remarkable debut earned him the Calder Memorial Trophy as the league's top rookie. More importantly, it sent a clear message to the hockey world. The concerns about his ability to score at a professional level were completely unfounded. Bossy had kept his promise to coach Arbour, exceeding the 50-goal mark right from the start. What elevated Bossy's impact beyond individual success was his chemistry with line mates Brian Trottier and Clark Gillies. Together, they formed the Trio Grande line, one of the most fearsome scoring units in hockey history. Trottier's playmaking vision and Gillies' physical presence complemented Bossy's finishing touch perfectly. While Bossy was racking up goals, Trottier was setting up many of them with his exceptional passing ability. Gillies, meanwhile, created space for his line mates with his size and strength. This combination proved nearly impossible for opponents to contain. After a disappointing playoff exit in 1979, the Islanders entered the 1979-80 season determined to reach their potential. Led by Bossy's 51 goals in a regular season, the team captured the first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Bossy contributed 11 goals in 16 playoff games, demonstrating that his scoring touch extended to the most crucial moments. This championship was only the beginning of what would become one of the greatest dynasties in sports history. From 1980 to 1983, the Islanders won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups, a feat matched by only a handful of NHL teams. Throughout this dominant run, Bossy was the offensive catalyst. In the 1981 playoffs, he scored 17 goals in 18 games. The following year, he netted 17 goals in 19 games. In 1983, during the Islanders' 4th championship, Bossy was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP, recognizing his consistent excellence when the stakes were highest. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of this dynasty was how the Islanders handled pressure. As defending champions, they had a target on their backs, with every opponent giving them their best effort. Yet Bossy and his teammates repeatedly rose to these challenges. The 1983 Stanley Cup Final was particularly noteworthy, as the Islanders swept the talented Edmonton Oilers team led by a young Wayne Gretzky, proving their championship medal. During this period, Bossy wasn't just scoring goals, he was doing it with remarkable efficiency and consistency. Between 1977 and 1986, he scored at least 50 goals in 9 consecutive seasons, a record that still stands. In the 1980-81 season, he joined Maurice Richard as only the second player in NHL history to score 50 goals in 50 games, accomplishing one of hockey's most challenging feats. The dynasty years cemented Bossy's legacy as not just a great goal scorer, but as a winner. While personal statistics often dominated discussions about his skills, Bossy's ultimate value was how his goal scoring translated to team success. These 4 consecutive championships represented the perfect marriage between individual brilliance and team achievement. With Bossy at the center of it all, the quiet sniper from Montreal had become the offensive cornerstone of hockey's most dominant team, proving that pure goal-scoring skill could be the foundation of dynasty. What made Mike Bossy the most lethal goal scorer of his generation wasn't just the number of goals he scored, but how he scored them. His approach to putting the puck in the net was a unique blend of technical precision, anticipation, and natural instinct that few players in hockey history have matched. To understand Bossy's greatness is to understand the science and art behind his goal-scoring prowess. At the core of Bossy's scoring ability was his legendary quick release. Most NHL shooters need time to gather the puck, set their stance, and fire. Bossy eliminated these extra movements. He could receive a pass and shoot in virtually the same motion, giving goaltenders almost no time to prepare. This rapid release was developed through thousands of hours of practice, beginning in his childhood basement in Montreal and perfected on NHL ice. Goalies often found themselves reacting to Bossy's shot after it had already hit the back of the net. Equally impressive was Bossy's accuracy. Many players can shoot hard, but Bossy could place the puck with surgical precision. He had an uncanny ability to find the smallest openings, the space between the goalie's arm and body, the gap between the pad and the post, or the narrow opening over his shoulder. Defensemen and goaltenders alike remarked that even when they thought they had taken away all shooting lanes, Bossy would find one they didn't know existed. While many great goal scorers rely primarily on power, Bossy understood that timing and placement were more valuable. His wrist shot shot wasn't the hardest in the league, but was certainly among the most effective. He knew exactly when to shoot, often releasing the puck earlier than expected, or holding for a split second longer to create a better angle. This mastery at timing frequently left goaltenders out of position, creating seemingly easy goals that were actually the result of expert manipulation. Perhaps most impressive was Bossy's consistency. Scoring 50 goals in a single NHL season is a remarkable achievement that most players never reach. Bossy did it 9 times in a row. From his rookie season in 1977 to 78 through 1985 to 86, he never failed to reach the 50-goal mark. This streak ended only because back injuries limited him to 38 goals in his final season. No other player in NHL history has matched this consistency, not even Wayne Gretzky or Alex Ovechkin, two of hockey's most prolific scorers. Bossy's statistical dominance extended beyond just goal totals. His career shooting percentage of 21.2% remains the highest among all players, with over 200 goals in NHL history. For context, most elite NHL goal scorers convert between 12 to 15% of their shots. Bossy's efficiency was nearly twice that of an average NHL sniper. He didn't need volume shooting to accumulate goals. He made each opportunity count. What teammates and opponents said about Bossy reveals the respect his scoring ability commanded. Wayne Gretzky, the game's greatest player, once remarked, "Mike Bossy was the best pure goal scorer I ever saw." Hall of Fame goaltender Grant Ford described facing Bossy as knowing the shot was coming and still not being able to stop it. His line mate Brian Trottier simply stated, "All I had to do was get in the puck. The rest was automatic." When comparing Bossy to other great goal scorers, what stands out is his purity of approach. Unlike many elite scorers, Bossy didn't rely on physicality, didn't score many garbage goals, and rarely celebrated flamboyantly. His style was economical, almost academic in his precision. While Alexander Ovechkin overpowers opponents, Brett Hull found open ice with cunning movement, and Mario Lemieux used his size and reach. Bossy simply shot the puck better than anyone else. The art of Mike Bossy's goal scoring was a perfect blend of technical skill and natural talent. He transformed the simple act of shooting a hockey puck into something approaching athletic poetry. In a sport where scoring is the ultimate objective, no one did it more efficiently or elegantly than the quiet sniper from the New York Islanders. While Mike Bossy's goal-scoring prowess naturally dominated conversations about his career, there was much more to his game and character that contributed to his legendary status. Unlike many prolific scorers who sacrificed other aspects of play to focus on putting the puck in the net, Bossy developed into a complete player whose contributions extended far beyond his scoring statistic. One of the most remarkable aspects of Bossy's career was his commitment to sportsmanship and clean play. In an era known for its physical, often violent style of hockey, Bossy remained a gentleman on the ice. He accumulated only 210 penalty minutes across his entire career, a stunningly low number for a player who competed in the rough-and-tumble NHL of the late 1970s and early 1980s. This disciplined approach earned him the Lady Byng Memorial Trophy for gentlemanly conduct combined with a high standard of playing ability 3 times, in 1983, 1984, and 1986. Bossy's insistence on clean play wasn't just a matter of personal preference. It was a principled stand. He openly criticized excessive violence in hockey and refused to participate in the fighting that was common during his era. When coaches or critics suggested he needed to be more aggressive physically, Bossy maintained that he could be effective without compromising his values. His career proved him right, demonstrating that a player could reach the pinnacle of the sport without adopting its more brutal elements. As his career progressed, Bossy also developed into a more complete offensive player. While he entered the league primarily as a finisher, he evolved into a capable playmaker as well. By his later seasons, he was regularly contributing 50 or more assists, showing he could create scoring opportunities for teammates when defenses focused too heavily on stopping his shot. This growth rounded out his game and made him even more valuable to the Islanders' offense. Bossy's leadership qualities, though less flashy than his goal scoring, were vital to the Islanders' success. He led by example, bringing a professional approach to practices and games. Teammates noted his intense preparation and attention to detail. While not the most vocal player in the locker room, his consistent performance and work ethic set a standard that elevated those around him. When the pressure mounted in playoff situations, Bossy's calm demeanor and clutch performances provided stability. Perhaps the most poignant aspect of Bossy's career was its brevity. While many hockey legends enjoy careers spanning 15 to 20 years, Bossy's NHL journey lasted just 10 seasons. Chronic back problems that began to surface in the mid-1980s steadily worsened, limiting his effectiveness and causing him severe pain. After the 1986 to 87 season, at just 30 years old, Bossy was forced to retire, walking away from the game far earlier than anyone expected. This premature end to his playing days raises one of hockey's most compelling what-if questions. Had Bossy played a full-length career, his goal-scoring numbers might have approached the game's all-time record. Even with his shortened career, he ranks among the elite goal scorers in NHL history. The limited time frame makes his achievements even more impressive while adding a bittersweet element to his legacy. Bossy's approach to the game extended beyond individual achievements to a team-first mentality. During the Islanders' dynasty, he willingly shared the spotlight with teammates, understanding that championship success required sacrifices from everyone. When asked about personal accolades, Bossy consistently emphasized team goals over individual recognition. This selfless attitude contributed to the chemistry that made the Islanders of that era so successful. Mike Bossy's impact on hockey went beyond his 573 goals. His combination of scoring brilliance, sportsmanship, leadership, and team-first mentality made him a unique figure in NHL history. He proved that a player could be both deadly effective and honorable, that scoring greatness didn't require compromising other values. In doing so, he provided a model for future generations of hockey players that extended well beyond the art of putting the puck in the net. For decades after Mike Bossy last laced up his skates for the New York Islanders, his impact on hockey remains profound. His legacy is preserved not only in record books and highlight reels, but in the way the game views and values pure goal scorers. Despite the passage of time and the evolution of hockey, Bossy's achievements continue to stand as benchmarks against which modern snipers are measured. Several of Bossy's records and accomplishments still hold firm in NHL history. His 9 consecutive 50-goal seasons remains unmatched, with even generational talents like Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Alexander Ovechkin falling short of this mark. His career goals-per-game average of 0.762 continues to be the highest among players with substantial careers. Perhaps most impressive is his shooting percentage of 21.2%, which demonstrates an efficiency that no other elite goal scorer has approached over a full career. Beyond the statistics, Bossy's influence can be seen in generations of players who followed him. Many of today's top goal scorers studied Bossy's technique, his quick release, his ability to find shooting lanes, and his knack for scoring from various angles. Players like Steven Stamkos, Austin Matthews, and Patrick Lane, known for their elite shooting abilities, carry elements of Bossy's approach in their games. His emphasis on accuracy and release speed over raw power helped shape modern shooting techniques. The Hockey Hall of Fame recognized Bossy's greatness in 1991, inducting him in his first year of eligibility. This honor came just 4 years after his retirement, reflecting the immediate recognition of his exceptional career. The New York Islanders retired his number 22 jersey in 1992, ensuring that no Islander would ever again wear a number that had become synonymous with goal-scoring excellence. In 2017, Bossy was named one of the 100 greatest NHL players as part of the league's centennial celebration, cementing his place among hockey's all-time elite. Bossy's legacy extends beyond individual recognition to his role in one of hockey's greatest dynasties. The Islanders' 4 consecutive Stanley Cups from 1980 to 1983 represent one of the most dominant runs in North American professional sport history. This team is often overshadowed in popular hockey discourse by the Edmonton Oilers dynasty that followed, or the Montreal Canadiens teams of earlier eras. But hockey historians recognize the Islanders' achievement as perhaps the most impressive of all. At the offensive heart of this dynasty was Bossy, whose consistent goal scoring provided the foundation for the team's success. In the broader context of sports history, Bossy exemplifies the specialist who perfected a single aspect of his craft. While many great athletes are known for their versatility, Bossy dedicated himself to mastering the art of goal scoring. This singular focus allowed him to reach a level of excellence in a specific skill that few athletes in any sport have matched in their specialties. His career serves as a reminder that there is a place in sports for the pure specialist alongside the all-around performer. The Islanders organization continues to honor Bossy's contributions through various initiatives. The team's practice facility features tributes to the dynasty years, with Bossy prominently featured. Young players in the Islanders system are taught about his legacy, ensuring that his impact continues through organizational culture. Fans who never saw him play are educated about his importance to the franchise's proudest era. Media coverage of hockey regularly invokes Bossy's name when discussing great goal scorers. During NHL broadcasts, analysts use Bossy as a standard when describing elite sniping abilities. Phrases like a Bossy-like release or Bossy-esque accuracy have become shorthand for exceptional shooting skills. This linguistic legacy ensures that even casual hockey fans become familiar with his significance to the sport. Perhaps the most meaningful aspect of Bossy's legacy is how he changed perceptions about what makes a complete hockey player. By excelling while refusing to adopt the aggressive physical style common in his era, Bossy helped broaden the definition of hockey excellence. He demonstrated that a player could reach the highest levels of the sport through skill, intelligence, and precision rather than intimidation or force. This helped pave the way way for smaller, skilled players who would thrive in later eras of the sport. After his playing career ended in 1987, Mike Bossy faced a difficult transition that many professional athletes experience. The man who had dedicated his life to hockey and achieved extraordinary success was suddenly forced to build a new identity away from the sport that had defined him. For Bossy, this challenge was compounded by the chronic back pain that had cut short his career and continued to affect his daily life. Initially, Bossy returned to his native Quebec, working in various business ventures and making occasional appearances at hockey events. He maintained a relatively low profile compared to many retired superstars, preferring a quieter life away from the spotlight. However, he never fully disconnected from the game, eventually returning to hockey in various capacities, including broadcasting and team ambassador roles. In the early 2000s, Bossy reconnected more formally with the Islanders organization, serving as a community relations representative. His presence at team events brought joy to multiple generations of fans, those who had watched him play during the Dynasty years and younger supporters who knew him only through highlight reels and their parents' stories. Bossy embraced this role, understanding the importance of linking the franchise's glorious past to its present and future. Bossy's broadcasting career, particularly with the French-language network TVA Sports in Canada, allowed him to share his deep knowledge of goal scoring with viewers. His analysis was insightful and delivered with the same precision that characterized his playing style. As an analyst, he was uncompromising but fair, earning respect for his thoughtful commentary on the modern game and its young stars. In October 2021, Bossy shared sobering news with the hockey world. He announced that he had been diagnosed with lung cancer and would be stepping away from his broadcasting duties to focus on his health. The announcement sent shockwaves through the hockey community. Messages of support poured in from former teammates, rivals, current players, and thousands of fans whose lives he had touched through his play and presence. Throughout his battle with cancer, Bossy maintained the same dignity and grace that characterized his playing career. Though he kept the details of his health struggle largely private, those close to him noted his courage in facing this final challenge. The hockey world collectively hoped for a miracle for the man who had created so many magical moments on the ice. On April 15, 2022, Mike Bossy passed away at the age of 65. His death marked the loss of not just a hockey legend, but a man widely respected for his character and contributions both on and off the ice. Coming less than a year after the passing of his Dynasty-era teammate Clark Gillies, Bossy's death represented another painful loss for the Islanders family and the hockey community at large. The outpouring of grief and remembrance following Bossy's passing demonstrated the breadth of his impact. NHL arenas across North America held moments of silence. The Islanders organized a moving tribute at UBS Arena, celebrating his achievements and character. Former teammates shared stories that painted a picture of a man who was as impressive off the ice as he was on it, humble, principled, and devoted to his family. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman captured the sentiments of many in his statement. Though containing his opponents was the obsession of opposing coaches and the focus of opposing players, Mike possessed skill that seemed to exceed the expectations of those who watched him play, his gifts more clear to the naked eye than those of almost any other player. In the days and weeks following his death, countless articles, broadcasts, and social media posts celebrated Bossy's career and life. Many focused not just on his statistical achievements, but on how he had played the game with skill, honor, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Fans left flowers, jerseys, and handwritten notes at impromptu memorials outside the Islanders Arena in the Nassau Coliseum, where he had created so many memories. The hockey world's response to Bossy's passing revealed something important about his legacy. Beyond his goals and championships, he had earned something perhaps more valuable: genuine respect and affection from all corners of the sport. Teammates remembered his loyalty, opponents his sportsmanship, and fans his willingness to connect with him even decades after his playing days. What made Mike Bossy the purest goal scorer in NHL history? This question invites us to look beyond the impressive statistics and consider the essence of his approach to hockey's most celebrated skill. Unlike many great scorers who relied on overwhelming physical attributes or flamboyant stick handling, Bossy's genius lay in his singular focus on the fundamental act of shooting the puck. He stripped goal scoring down to its purest form, the perfect shot delivered with impeccable timing, aimed with surgical precision. Bossy's career statistics tell part of the story: 573 goals in just 752 games, a record 9 consecutive 50-goal seasons, and an unmatched career shooting percentage of 21.2%. These numbers paint a picture of a scoring machine operating with remarkable efficiency. Yet numbers alone cannot capture the artistry behind Bossy's goal-scoring prowess. There was an elegance to his approach, a technical mastery that transformed the act of shooting into something approaching athletic poetry. The pure in Bossy's goal-scoring legacy also references his sportsmanship and approach to the game. In an era known for its physicality and fighting, Bossy refused to compromise his principle. He scored his 573 goals while accumulating just 210 penalty minutes over his entire career. He proved that a player could reach hockey's pinnacle without embracing its more violent aspects, scoring goals through skill rather than intimidation. Bossy's legacy was further cemented by the championship success that accompanied his individual brilliance. The 4 consecutive Stanley Cups won by the Islanders from 1980 to 1983 stand as one of professional sports' greatest dynasty runs. Unlike some prolific scorers whose individual achievements never translated to team success, Bossy's goal-scoring prowess directly contributed to championship glory. His clutch performances in playoff situations, including winning the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP, demonstrated that his skills remained effective when the stakes were highest. The brevity of Bossy's career adds a poignant dimension to his legacy. While many NHL legends enjoyed careers spanning 2 decades, Bossy's back injuries forced him to retire after just 10 seasons. This premature and creates one of hockey's great what-if scenarios. Had he played a full career, Bossy might have challenged Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring record. Even in his shortened career, he accomplished enough to rank among hockey's all-time elite players. Today, Bossy's influence can be seen in the technique of modern snipers who study his quick release and accuracy. His name remains a standard reference when discussing elite shooting skills. When broadcasters describe a young player with exceptional goal-scoring ability, the phrase reminiscent of Mike Bossy represents the highest possible praise. Beyond the rinks and record books, Bossy's legacy lives on in the memories of those who watched him play and in the stories passed down to younger generations of hockey fans. The Dynasty Islanders teams hold a special place in hockey lore, with Bossy's number 22 symbolizing the goal-scoring excellence that helped drive their success. In the end, what makes Bossy's legacy endure is not just what he accomplished, but how he accomplished it. He approached hockey's most celebrated skill with a dedication to excellence, technical mastery, and ethical approach that set him apart. In a sport that often celebrates versatility and physical play, Bossy showed that specialization, when taken to its highest level, can produce a form of athletic brilliance that stands the test of time. Mike Bossy's career reminds us that sometimes the purest expression of athletic excellence comes not from doing everything well, but from doing one thing perfectly. In the art of putting the puck in the net, hockey's fundamental objective, no one did it better, more efficiently, or more purely than the legendary number 22 of the New York Islanders.